live at Rogers Arena in Vancouver as we continue with After Hours and our guest, Roberto Luongo. And you surely are not sitting on the bench sulking or being morose, clearly, as we can see from conversations you had tonight. What were some of these about?
Well, Mace was talking about his cut on his face there, so...
and you're saying, it doesn't look that bad.
Yeah, I was like, I told him he was a warrior, so I think he felt better once I told him that. Yeah.
Is it something, though, that you do find that you know, sitting on the bench, obviously a very different day. Do you prepare differently, or do you still prepare that you might be going into
Well, I try to prepare as if it's a game day. You know, obviously the routine is a little bit different, but you know, I try to keep it as similar as to a you know, regular game day as if I was playing, because you never know what could happen.
You know, Roberto, there's a lot at stake in this game, but you don't have to go too far to be reminded it is just a game. And you've got a rather emotional reminder from Victorianer's 38-year-old Lee Thornton not long ago.
Dear Roberto, you, and this is where I get choked up, are the embodiment of determination. You were poised when things were tough. You made me see I could keep it together too.
Wow. Well, you don't have to, as I say, go too far to be reminded there is real life out there. And by the way, thanks to our colleagues at CTV for providing the clip. She says that she fed off your mental toughness in the year after you lost Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final, and it helped her in her recovery. How's that make you feel?
Yeah, that's very touching. You know, I heard about it last week, and it really touched me. And after reading the letter and the story, you know, I found that she was more of an inspiration to me than I was to her. So, you know, I definitely like to meet her. I invite her to come down to a game whenever she wants, and give her 2 tickets and everything, and then you know, get to meet her after the game and thank her for you know, for that really touching letter.
That'd be great. You will meet her then.
Yeah, for sure.
How do you find that, the balance for, you know, I know the organization does a lot within the community, but do you draw a lot of, you know, emotion and energy out of some of the people you've met along the way, whether it's being a sick kid at a hospital visit?
Yeah, I mean, that's important stuff. You know, we're so privileged, you know, to be playing in the NHL. We're living a dream, and you know, the least we can do is you know, little gestures. And you know, I'm really close to Canuck Place, which is a children's hospice. I go there every year and shoot commercials and see the kids, and I bring my own kids there. You know, it's just little things that you can do, and I think it's important, because for you it might be just, you know, 5 minutes out of your day, but to the kids it's the world, and it's something that they'll remember forever. So,
well, you play the game because you love it, but it's even better when you realize that you can have a profound effect on somebody's life. Among your accomplishments is that you are an Olympic gold medalist. You won it in this building 3 years ago, and we're almost exactly 1 year out from Sochi, Russia. How much do you think about defending that gold medal, being on the team? This is, of course, presuming that that the NHL goes to Sochi.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think it's already a year away, but you know, apparently I'm going to have a lot of work to do, because I'm not in any of the experts lists so far.
I saw you in a couple.
I saw your name.
Yeah, so anyways, but you know, that being said, it was a great experience, and you know, I'd love to be part of the team again. I think you know, it's something that you don't have a chance to do many times in your lifetimes, if at all. So yeah, I'm going to be working hard, and obviously I'd love to be part of that team.
And you get in those situations, did you draw any of those emotions and feelings in your Stanley Cup run, going through the Olympic run? I mean, did that really help you prepare for that as well?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was a bit of a different situation, because the Olympics are such a short tournament, and the Stanley Cup playoffs is more of a grind. But, you know, I also said at the beginning of training camp, I kind of approached this season as a bit as the Olympics, you know, coming in and being a backup, and just saying to myself, I'm just going to go in there, have fun, and, you know, let the chips fall where they may. And that's the way I'm approaching this year, and I think so far it's worked out really well for me, and I just plan on doing that for the rest of the time.
For the Sochi games, you'd be 34, which is, I guess, considered old for some players, but not necessarily for a goaltender.
I still have 8 years left on my contract after that.
That's right. Okay, where are the Winter Olympics after Sochi? Korea, I think. Yeah, and then after that, you can still play. But do you think
you can do it, right? Maybe.
Well, yeah. Well, there's a good. That's not an unfair comparison. But do you think at the age of 34, Sochi, you'd be in your prime?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel great right now, and that's only a year away. I know I take a lot of pride in my off-season workouts, whether it's at the gym or on the ice. And the training I've done during the lockout is something that I'm going to really utilize for myself in the summer. I try to do the same type of thing because coming into training camp this year, we had a 5-day camp with no exhibition games, and I felt really good right off the hop. So, obviously we're known for my slow starts and all that kind of stuff. So, I'm kind of curious to see how it's going to go in the summertime coming in for training camp next year.
I find it interesting. You said you did work on your game down there with your coach, and do you find that your game has really changed, or do you think it will continue to change, not just by the age, but by the way the game is in front of you?
Well, you always try to, put little things in your game to improve it. I wouldn't say my game has changed, but I did. There's some aspects of it where I thought, I was a little bit weaker and needed to improve on, and I was hammering it at it every day, 4 days a week. With Francois in Florida, and I'm really pleasantly surprised with the results it gave me immediately, and it's something that I needed. And what better opportunity in a lockout to work on your game every day, for 3, 4, 5 months. It's great.
Poker is one of your passions, and you want to. That's a way. What do you say?
Say something good about me if I want to play. But
show him your tattoo again.
I did. I don't know if you liked it or not.
Okay, back to poker. It's one of your passions. You've won a fair amount of money playing it. You're clearly the best player in that room. But let's assume everybody on the Canucks could play. Who's the player that you'd fear the most with respect to bluffing you out of a pot? In other words, who's got the most bull?
I think probably Kevin Bieksa. He's the craziest player out there, but I'm so good at reading the guys on our team. Like, they can't bluff me out. I know when they're bluffing, and I know when they're strong. So that's part of poker, is being able to read the other player and see if they're strong or if they're weak.
So how much do you work on that game then? If you got to improve your mind and improve your reads,
it kind of goes hand in hand. Also in poker you got to be patient, and you got to
don't chase it.
Exactly, and don't force it and all that kind of stuff. It is very similar in a lot of situations, and that's why I'm so good at reading the guys on the team.
I got a ton of tweets, well, I won't say a ton, but at least a dozen about this, and this is from Mike Versace. Make sure you ask Luongo about his Shappy Award. What is a Shappy?
Well, it's Shap. It's a term that related to Canucks. It's kind of a lingo that they have. They make up their own words.
Is that like Klingon or something?
No, I don't know what that means. But there's a lot of terms that I don't even get myself. Like, for instance, the term milt. A few times I've heard people refer to you as a milt, but I'll let you figure that one out on your own.
Okay. Somebody help me. I'm going to get a tweet about it, I'm sure, in a minute. You keep talking, and I'll check it. Keep talking, I'm going to check it. Okay, back to the Shappy.
Yeah, it was. I guess at the end of every year they do award shows, and it's just all in good fun. And was awarded, I think it was Sports Shapper of the Year or something. So I did a little video for them, and it was all in good fun. I just like to have fun with that stuff.
I haven't got an answer yet.
Okay, but you will, trust me.
All right. Was there a secret ceremony to get the award?
No, that was all made up. I did it live via satellite from my home in Florida.
Roberto, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Roberto Luongo, other goaltenders in this situation might have taken a vow of silence, but not you. We appreciate you joining us tonight. When we come back, Kevin Bieksa will sit in with us on After Hours.